everybody. Welcome to the FanHammer Podcast. I'm your host, Shadow, with my co-host here, Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam, say hello, yes?
Hello. Hello, I'm here.
Today we have a special episode because something very special has finally come out.
In early access at the time of this recording.
Advanced access. Advanced access at the time of this recording. For one more day.
One more day.
Space Marine Dose.
There was one of them, and there are now two of them.
There's now two of them.
There's now two Space Marines.
I've been waiting so long.
Yeah.
I've been waiting so long for this. I told myself, I'm not going to pre-order this game. I'm going to wait. I'm going to see how it goes. And then I saw one trailer and I caved.
Oh, no, I was always under the conclusion I was going to pre-order this. I am a shill.
You are
I am
a
shill, and I am not ashamed to say it.
I can't believe.
You should see how much money I've spent on Halo Infinite. It's not an exorbitant amount, but it's still probably too much.
How dare you? How dare you spend money on Halo Infinite?
I play too much Halo Infinite. Yeah.
Now you get Space Marine to play.
Yeah. You did the $100 Ultra Edition, right?
Look, yeah, like, I became a shill too, but that doesn't mean I can't look down on other people from my high pedestal.
True.
Alright, but today we are going to just go over our initial reactions, what we think of everything, how it's playing, although, small warning, we will be going over the story later. There will be spoiler warnings. This is your warning. First warning.
This is your warning. This is your first warning. Once we start talking about actual spoilers, then we'll say, all right, so this is the spoiler section. If you want to go play the game, go play it. Leave now.
If you don't, and you spoiled, that's on you. And if you complain about it in the comments, I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
All right. Well then, might as well just dive right in. So, Sam, what do you like? How do you like the gameplay?
I think the game plays pretty well. It definitely feels very different to Space Marine 1, because my initial reaction, in terms of, like, the actual movement, was like, why do I feel so slow? Because the first game feels quite fast. Like, it still feels weighty, but it's less of, like...
Yeah, like, you're more sprinting.
Yeah, there you're more sprinting, which is weird, because it should be the other way around, because Primaris are bigger and stronger and faster and more agile than normal Firstborn, but here they're, like, bigger and clunkier, and I understand it's for gameplay balance. That's my only real gripe.
Yeah. That's your only gripe?
That's my only gripe with the actual gameplay, because outside of that, it plays extremely well.
I don't know. I love the way that I feel like a walking refrigerator. This is probably, once again, another game where they get the walking refrigerator correct.
Fallout 4 and Space Marine 2 are one of the few games that get that correct.
Also, Bolt Gun. Don't forget Bolt Gun, man.
Oh, Bolt Gun too, yeah. I forget that exists, because I haven't played it in so long.
Did you play the DLC?
I haven't. I haven't played it yet.
I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed of you. How dare you?
Yeah.
But anyway, in terms of gameplay, my initial reactions was, holy crap, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, it feels really, really, really good. Everything is smooth, polished.
It feels good. It's fun.
It's insane. Like, I went in, like, expecting, like, oh, yeah, they're just going to have a bolt gun, bolt pistol, like, like, a couple weapons here and there, but no, there's, like, different combinations. There's different, like, mastery versions, like, artificer versions, relic versions, like, there's crazy, like, there's so much stuff. It's great. The Thunderhammer has become quickly my favorite for the assault class, which we will get into classes very soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, if the soundboard for Discord was available right now, I would have played Falling Metal Pipe, because that's what I mentally hear every single time I hit someone with it.
Every time?
Every time!
I just hear screaming in my head, bonk. That's all I hear.
Yeah, that works. That works too, yeah. That does work.
But, yeah, like, snipers are great. Feels clean. The bolt pistol is great. It's just Ah!
Good. I don't know how to describe the bolt pistol, but it feels very good. The heavy bolt pistol is objectively better, but I don't know. I like the faster firing one.
I don't need to complain about reload time, like, because it's smooth. It's hard to describe, it's
just good. It feels good to play. It's definitely different from Space Marine 1 if you're used to that. It's definitely going to take a couple minutes, but once you're used to it, it feels like you're right at home. So, really, if you liked the first game's movement in combat, you're gonna like this, because it's essentially more of the same, just refined.
You're gonna like this, yes.
Yeah.
More. Like, way more, like, weapon options, way more, like, different perks. You get different class perks, you get different weapon perks, you get different weapon types.
It's Call of Duty Creative Class, essentially.
You just... The only thing that's missing is that there's no attachments.
No attachments for weapons.
As of yet.
Which, I mean, do they really need attachments?
Not really.
No, I mean...
Like, some people will, like, probably put me on a stake for saying that, but not really.
I don't really think they need it. I mean, if anything, I just want them to add, like, different types of weapons for, like, other stuff you wouldn't normally see.
Agreed. Absolutely.
Like, I just want the old school Godwin pattern bolter, just as a weapon, alongside the old school bolt pistol, which, you see the old bolt pistol, it's in the game, it's in the prologue.
It's in the game.
It's just a reskin of the other bolt pistol, statistically, because it uses the same HUD icon, so it literally is just the same weapon, it's just a different skin.
Oh, yeah, but, like, just, all the range weapons feel nice, crisp.
They're good. They have good sound effects.
Yeah, they do. Like, all the sound effects are great. And, oh boy. The melee weapons.
The melee weapons are wonderful. I'm a chainsword man through and through, but that power sword is quite good.
The power sword feels nice. The chainsword feels nice. The combat knife?
Very fast.
Fast.
Good. It's better than the one in Space Marine 1.
I will note, the melee system in this game is going to throw people off.
Because it is... Okay, the gameplay in this game is very much so like this. When you're shooting stuff, when you're running around, imagine, like, Gears of War, right? You're running around, you're shooting stuff, no cover, but essentially you're dodge rolling and you're shooting guys. When you get up close, they've expanded the melee system now. Because in the previous game, at least as far as I can recall, you couldn't block. You could just dodge. Here, you have parries. Blocking, counters. It's like simplified Dark Souls combat, or like Jedi Fallen Order, because I haven't played Dark Souls, and that's kind of the closest thing I can to point of comparison.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, it feels Dark Souls, because you get the rolling, and you get parries, blocks, like, all of that.
And it works. It works very, very well.
There's different, like, blocking types. Like you have, like, a balance approach, fencing approach. Fencing approach, by the way, crisp.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Love it.
They did not need to put as much into this melee combat system as they did, but considering the fact that one class is just dedicated ground melee, which Bulwark is my favorite class to play, just flat out.
Of course it is.
Yes.
I have heard that same line from like 4 other people.
Yes, because giant power sword and giant shield is cool.
It is really cool. I kind of went into the sniper main. Like that became my niche, at least for PvE.
No, I don't blame you. Yeah, sniper works really, really well in PvE. I like playing tactical in PvE. Kind of just let it...
Oh yeah, tactical is great. But speaking of class system,
works.
Oh my lord. Oh my goodness.
There's double the amount in the last game. There's 6 of them now.
There's 6 of them now, but there will be more.
There will be more.
It's been confirmed there will be more, but so all...
Give me Terminators, please.
I don't know about that one, but what we have right now is that we have the tactical, which is your just normal standard Marine. You have the Vanguard, which is your up close and personal melee specialist with the like carbine, bolt carbine. Usually, it's your Reaver Marine. Then you have, what's the next one? No, yeah, Assault. It's the Assault, which is your Jump Pack Marine.
It's an assault marine.
It's the assault marine. You get your melee weapon, and you get your bolt pistol, and you have a jetpack. Go wild.
And then you have your bulwark class, which is your Blade Guard veteran, very Knights Templar-y looking marine with a big shield and a sword, and then a plasma pistol or a heavy bolt pistol.
Oh yeah. After that is sniper. Love me the sniper. I wonder what the sniper is. Sam, what is a sniper class?
It's snipes. No quick scopes here, folks.
That's crazy.
No quick scoping here. You actually have to snipe.
I mean, there can be some quick scopes.
There can be, but please don't.
Me go on my way to quick scope you.
And then you have the heavy, which is Gravis Armor, Heavy Bolter. It's your Devastator Marine, essentially.
Pretty much.
You have the 3 classes from the last game, but now you have 3 additional ones that have other roles that, honestly, I kind of wished existed in the previous game, because there are some classes where it's like, yeah, I only want to be, say, running around with, say, a sword and a bolt pistol, but I want to be on the ground. I don't want to have the jetpack. I want to have something else. Well, now you can have that. You can just be the bulwark, and then you're good. Or you can be, say, the Vanguard Marine and do something very similar.
Exactly, and not to mention, each class gets its own, like, well, one in PvE, like, you get your own perks. You have your own ability. So, like, Tactical Marines get the Auspex scan, which will scan enemies in a certain radius.
And then you do more damage to them if you end up shooting them?
Well, if you scan them and then you shoot them.
Yeah.
The Vanguard has a grapple hook, which will stun enemies if you hit enemies with it, and you just grapple to them. It's great.
I love doing that. If you're getting grappled, and then you're stunned, and you're a bulwark, because, my shield, if I'm running, I block all bullets. No, you don't. Stunned. Goodbye.
Nuh-uh.
For assault, you get your jetpack. This is very self-explanatory.
Very self-explanatory for that one. Bulwark gets, you throw down a banner, and you get armor points back. Yeah, there's the armor system, which the armor system is basically kind of like Space Marine 1, where you have that, like, armor bar over your health, where you have, like, that bits of armor before you start taking health damage. So that banner helps you, regain armor points.
Yeah. But an interesting thing, at least in PvE, is that when you attack someone in melee, that bypasses their armor and goes straight to their health. But long-range damage from, say, ranged weapons, that does damage to your armor and then to your health.
Yep. Be very careful with melee. Melee.
Yeah, melee, it's, Space Marine 2, assaults are very, very dangerous, especially with the Thunderhammer. I say this is someone who engages in Thunderhammer spam. It's kind of unfair.
Really. But, getting to that a little bit later, Sniper Marine has the camo cloak. I love the camo cloak. Praise be the camo cloak, because it is actually...
You're a sniper, Harry.
Harry, you are a sniper. And he...
What? And a damn good one, too. Gives you an invisibility cloak.
Disappears. And it's actually camo. Like, it's somewhat, like, in between being completely invisible and Halo's active camo. You can kind of see the little shimmer a little bit if you can, like, really look at it. But it is super useful in PvE and pretty funny in PvP. And then the last one, Heavy, they get the Iron Halo, which basically means you can just say no bullet damage, from the front at least. You just say, nuh-uh.
No bullet damage.
You're getting blasted from the front? Say nuh-uh.
Yeah, it's the nuh-uh button. The customization in the game is quite good as well. It has a wide variety of different colors, chapter banners, logos, etc. You get a good amount of starting off chapters to begin with, but you can't select all of the ones in the base game to begin with. You have to grind to get them, but it's a pretty easy thing, because all you have to do is play operations or play PvP, and then you get these points, and then you can say, oh, I want to select this chapter, and then I'll redeem my points, and then I'll get their heraldry, and then their colors, and then blah, 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 blah. And you have all of the first founding chapters, and then you have a bunch of other ones that aren't, which are said as unknown founding, even if some of them we do know what their founding is.
You also get the Ultramarines successors as well.
You also get the Ultramarine successors if you get that DLC pack, which me and Shadow both have, because chill.
Become shill. But I gotta just say, the entire customization, it is so drip, it's created an ocean. It is so good.
It is the best Primaris Space Marines I've ever looked. Hands down. And I like the way Primaris look to begin with. They don't look bad at all, but the blending in of some of the more traditional grimdark gothic elements into it is just perfect. It looks so darn good.
Oh yeah, it's really good. Like, you get, like, some classes get, like, some different colored lenses. You get different cloaks, different hoods, different, like, some people get, like, different helmets. It's great. I love it. Oh, like, very few gripes. Like, it's a lot at the moment, and they're only going to add more as time goes on.
Oh yeah, no. And I hope that they add in more customization, because specifically with the side note, for loyalists, you can unlock Traitor Legion colors and then wear them and then have them and then essentially be like proto successor loyalists. So if you want to be like a Sons of Horus green Space Marine and use the Sons of Horus like eye on your shoulder pauldron, you can do that. But you also have the option to use the Black Legion one, or the World Eaters, or everything else. It seems it's not their Great Crusade banners, it is their post-Chaos ones, at least I believe. At least with the World Eaters one, you don't... Is the World Eaters logo in this game is wrong? It's not... The World Eaters logo is wrong. I don't mean to be that guy and be pedantic, even though that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm being that guy. I apologize. But it's not...
You're being that guy right now.
They don't have the Chaos Star. It's just a planet, and then the Jaws, or just the Jaws. That's it. And then, like, a corn logo. Or something. It's not... But maybe that's just me, because I'm a word bearer. Word bearer. I am a Word Bearers fan. Wrong Legion. Word Bearers fanboy, I am, but I also really love World Eaters, so I just kind of saw that, and I was like, Maybe I mean, is it really the end of the world? No. No, it's not.
Brother,
What's
Brother,
that?
what is that?
But yeah.
I only have a couple gripes with the customization. Like, just the wanting of more options later on, just... It's in me.
It's in me.
I
want other helmets.
I want more.
I want non-Primaris helmets, please.
Give me more.
I want non-Primaris armor, please. Can we... I don't know if that's probably not going to happen, but we've already seen it with the Traitor Legions. I mean, the Iron Warriors, clearly, that's Mark III.
Clearly.
Same thing with that Death Guard.
Yeah.
Speaking of the traitors again, the Traitor Legion models for each of the classes look really, really good, but I have a criticism.
Oh no. The perfect game is not perfect?
Oh boy. Each of the different classes is represented by a different Traitor Legion for tactical. It is Black Legion for Vanguard. It is World Eaters, which is kind of weird, because Vanguard are like sneaky, tactical-ish Marines. Why are you giving a Khorne Berserker a gun? That's just...
I mean, they're melee specialists, so I see it.
They're melee specialists, so I can see it, but it's just... That's just wonky to me.
I don't know. Assault is Night Lords.
Makes sense. Perfect. 10 out of 10. Looks great. The Heavy is Iron Warriors, the Bulwark is Death Guard, and then the Sniper is Alpha Legion. And I'm going to be honest, the Alpha Legion, out of all of them, looks the best.
They got the drip.
They got the drip. It was in Space Marine 1, the Alpha Legion was the best looking thing, and in this game it seems to be much of the same. But you can't customize the armor pieces. It's just that set Legion armor. And I think it's because that it was added relatively late in development, and that's fine. I understand why that is the way it is. I just hope that maybe we get more customization akin to the Loyalist Marines, because I liked, in Space Marine 1, one of my favorite things was customizing, kind of kit-bashing my own Chaos Marines, because the Chaos Marines in Space Marine 1 look really, 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 really good, and I can kind of change the colors and stuff like that, and like kind of make it say, oh, hey, this is kind of a Night Lord, hey, this is kind of a more accurate-looking Emperor's Children, like, just that sort of thing.
Yeah, like, I fully expect that they're going to do that. At the moment, you can only change colors.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're totally adding more customization, dude. There's no way.
Oh yeah,
There's no way that they aren't going to touch that. Which, also, one other thing. Isn't it kind of odd that Word Bearers and Emperor's Children are left out at the moment?
I think that those are going to be added in as other classes because
Yeah.
there's already a chaplain model in the game. By the way,
You know what? $5. Word Bearers are going to be the chaplain
Word Bearers are going to be the
class.
chaplain class, which...
And $5 other that Emperor's Children will be Apothecary.
Or like Apothecary or something else like that, yeah. 100%, because...
I bet they will be Apothecary.
Which, I'm going to be honest, I really want to see how the Word Bearers look, because, once again, Resident Lorgar Simp here.
I'm going to hate you, Erebus.
I hate Erebus, but I love Lorgar. I hate Corpharon, too. He's
Put up the hitting Erebus
hitting Erebus meme.
image again.
Put him up again.
Put him up. Hit him.
Hit him again.
Every comment hits Erebus. Say you're hitting Erebus in comments right now.
Timestamp this and comment that you're hitting Erebus. Yeah, no. So if you can change like the skin to be like, oh hey, I want a Corn Berserker but Alpha Legion green. You can do that.
You can do that. It'll look a little bit wonky, but you can do that.
It'll look a little bit wonky. I mean, the only real Legion that I feel like the class that it really makes sense to like change the colors on
Tactical
is tactical, because that just it's like a standard Chaos Marine.
Yeah, just standard
it's like,
chaos.
hey, this is a standard guy. You want him to look like an Iron Warrior, you can, this and that, or whatever. But out of all of the Chaos Legions, I love the Night Lord. I love all of them. Honestly, the weakest one is tactical, but that's because it's a bog standard Chaos Marine. Everyone else just looks really, really good.
Well, it is Black Legion, so it is just the
Black Legion armor.
Lamau standard guy.
Yeah, it is the standard guy, and I love the standard Chaos Space Marine guy, but too much trim. I know that's a model thing, but I don't like the amount of trim on Chaos Space Marine models, at least for standard guys.
Oh, I just realized $5 more. That 1,000 Suns will be Psyker.
Oh please, yes. Oh, I think I might librarian class, absolutely. Which,
man,
1,000 Suns are very much so relevant to this video.
I love how we forgot about the 1,000 Suns in the customization.
Yeah, I mean, if we end up getting like 9 classes, I'm fine. I'm happy. I mean, I'm good. Just give me some. Just give me the helmet for the Deathwatch guys at the beginning of the campaign as a customizable selectable option. That's it.
Oh,
that's all I want.
We'll get to that like eventually, but I have to say, Deathwatch Titus has the drip.
He has the drip, and it's the best looking model in the entire game.
Bro has the drip. Bro is flying.
I've never seen Mark 8 errant armor look so good.
Okay, but actually moving on from customization and actually getting to gameplay. Operations.
Great. You like Helldivers 2? This is Helldivers 2 but Space Marines. That's all this is.
This is your Helldivers 2 killer.
This is your Helldivers 2 replacement if you no longer like the game.
Me and my buddies are just getting on, and the first operation we play, it's like, oh, bye Helldivers.
Bye. Yeah. It's essentially just Darktide with Space Marines.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
It's really, really fun, and the cool thing about the operations mode is that the 6 missions run parallel to what Titus is doing in the actual main campaign. So if you see him in the cutscenes going like, well, we need this other guys, and then the captain of the second company is like, okay, I can only spare 3 Space Marines. You're playing that. That's what you're playing.
Yeah, you're playing as those 3 guys on the ground running parallel with the story, which, warning, don't play super forward in the operations if you don't want to get spoiled in the story.
Or you don't want to get your butt handed to you, because some of those later on get real hard. The operations mode is on average much more difficult than the actual campaign. I say this as someone who's tried to solo them with bots. No.
You don't say.
You don't. You don't get that choice. You're playing with randoms or playing with friends. You don't get to play alone. You're forced to have friends, unless you're just that guy who can do that, which... hey, good for you.
I mean, unless you are just that guy.
But that's not me.
You are not him.
And the different enemies in the operations mode are the same ones from the campaign, so that means you're getting Nids. Lots of Tyranids all over the place.
A lot of Tyranids.
Which, side note, the Tyranids in this game look wonderful. They act and function exactly like how Tyranids would. These, like the Gene Stealers and Space Hulk Deathwing are good, but these guys take the cake. They just... perfect. Genuinely. There is not much enemy variety. You're gonna get your Hormagaunts, your Termagants, your Tyranid Warriors, and then you're gonna get the psychic things. There's like 2 of them, and you have to like bounce between shooting the other one. And I hate those. They're annoying. I don't like them. They're difficult. They're relatively easy to handle, but they're just monotonous, and it's just a pain in the butt. I didn't know how to fight them because I didn't play the campaign initially. I jumped straight into operations and PvP because that's what I wanted to... I just really wanted to grind so that way I could make all of my classes either Black Templars, Blood Angels, or Dark Angels.
Bro, you were thirsting for the drip.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
But that's why when I play Space Marine, I play Space Marine Augmented. Half of the time I'm playing it, I'm just customizing my Marine.
Also, I just need to point out helmet options for story mode. They added the button. No more mods.
Yes.
No more mods.
No more mods. Everyone can wear the helmet as they should
helmet instead of wearing.
Everyone's supposed to wear their helmet now, which is what you should do. Even Gilliman in combat wears his helmet. You have no excuse.
We need to get the meme of the one Iron Warrior seeing the fucking Imperial Fist, not wearing a helmet and going, "Lol, idiot," and just shoots him in the face.
Yes. I love that moment. I think that's in the first wall, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Some people don't like the first wall. I love the first wall. Anyways, Horus Heresy books aside.
Your Horus Heresy aside. Operations, absolutely great. They do take a bit of time. They're like an hour. Like an hour each. Like, it's not like a Helldivers game where it's like 20 minutes. It's like, no. These are your raids. These are basically your raids. You are going in with your buds, and you're trying to get through as much as possible to get as much XP. Also, you cannot run off by yourself. You will die immediately. This mode prioritizes teamwork and actual communication. There's a lot of teamwork in this game. It is family friendly. Family friendly. It's I'm family killing fun. You, Johnny. Family friendly Tyranid slaughter. The 1,000 Suns Marines you end up fighting in the operations mode are good. Oh boy. That's not a spoiler that the 1,000 Suns are in the game. It's in the trailer. So the Rubric Marines are really, really good. The executions are wonderful. Oh, dude, like, they're dust. They are dust. It's so good. Yeah. Sand. I hate sand. I hate Rubric Marines. They're coarse and rough and irritating. It gets everywhere. There's sorcerers that actually say, like, all is dust. And they're actual people instead of being, dust. Unfortunately. But that means that means that you get to see, like, gore, which this game has a lot of it. There's a lot of gore. The last game had you want gore? You want gore? You want giant, like, bloody Space Marines just covered in blood? Yeah, that happens. You want blood? Blood for the blood god? Skulls for blood for the Legion. The cornflakes? Yeah. Yeah, there's this game is quite violent, so don't play this around your children. The minor amounts of violence, really. Yeah. Who could have guessed? Oh. Who could have guessed in Warhammer? In a Warhammer game with a word. In a Warhammer game. War got cooler. Dude, the first title screen drop, and then you just see, in the grim darkness of the far future, all there is war. There's only war, yeah. There's only war. And it's great. And I was just like, yeah! It's real. It's like the beginning part of a Star Wars movie. It's like, you need that. Yeah, you just start cheering when you see that. It's great. Yeah, I love it. It's great. And moving on from operations, and if you want some quick, family-friendly, gore-fueled fun, and to kind of get that drip way quicker than operations, oh boy, you get the PvP. And the PvP is great. The PvP only has 3 maps, but that doesn't matter because it's still infinitely fun. And it is complete jank. And I love it. It is complete jank. It is ridiculous. It is busted it is Modern Warfare 2 2009 busted, where everything is unbalanced, but everything is balanced in the sense that everything's kind of overpowered, so it's fun. Like, the time to kill is insane. It's really fast. It is very fast. The PvP is... It's hard to describe. It is polished, yet unfinished. Yes, it is very... But it is good. It is good. It plays really, really well, which is the important thing. The devs clearly took the time to make it so that the gameplay was good before adding extra stuff. And if you kind of miss what Internal Crusade was like in terms of its PvP, it's kind of like that. It's almost like a hybrid between Eternal Crusade's PvP and Space Marine 1's PvP. Yeah, this PvP is called Eternal War. Love it. Eternal War.
Yeah, and you want to know how we know that the mode was relatively new? When you mouse over any other mode, you get a description of what it is.
Yeah, the PvP was...
You don't get that here.
The PvP was the last thing they touched.
This is a last-minute thing. This is a Halo 1 multiplayer situation. This was crammed in at last minute.
Get in there! Get in there!
I guarantee you that's part of the, I guarantee you that's the reason why the game was actually delayed.
I bet. Like, we need to polish PvP.
Or put it in the game.
Oh, yeah.
But either way, PvP is wonderful. You can only have 2 of each class available, though. You can't have, say, that's for balancing purposes, you don't want 6 bulwarks.
Can you imagine 6 assaults?
6v6 assault marines.
Just flooded.
It's whack-a-mole.
Imagine just, like, walking around
Loyalist
a corner.
Night Lords versus Traitor Night Lords. Who can bonk better?
Imagine walking around a corner and then having 6 guys just fly at you.
Just hovering. The average Night Lord experience. And in a brief side note, just based, not necessarily talking about the quality of the game, but in terms of, like, performance, it still has some quirks. My machine that I'm currently running it on is an AMD 5600X RTX 3090, 16 gigs of RAM. I know I should have 32, please leave me alone. It runs pretty much fine. I can get a consistent 60 to, like, 70 to 80 FPS. Even that's kind of after tuning it so that way I make it run better, as well as using DLSS. If you don't want to hear computer jargon, blah blah blah. The point is, it's gonna need some patches to get it running more consistently, since the engine itself it's running on is a little bit wonky. So if you want to play the game, you're gonna have to do some graphical tweaking if you have the patience.
Like, it's only a couple of small janks. It isn't
Yeah.
horrible. You aren't going to crash every time you open the window. You aren't going to crash every time you alt-tab.
It's not unstable, it's just, it's a new game.
Like, you'll get the occasional blip.
Yeah.
Probably the most blips you'll get is by trying to matchmake in PvP, and that is it.
Yeah. Sometimes the PvP can take a little bit of time, just when it glitches out, but for the most part, it is good. So the game itself, overall, is... I'd recommend it. Go play it. If you're a Warhammer fan, you probably already have this. If you're kind of considering getting it because of the fact that it looks good, and I'm surprised at the amount of people playing it now, since it's like, it has over 100,000 people playing concurrently the last few days, and it's only available in early...
already.
Already. And keep in mind, this is during the preview period.
This is early access.
This is early.
Advanced access, because early access is
This is advanced access.
We're in Advanced Warfare.
Advanced Warfare.
Oh, goodness gracious.
But yeah, no, so this game has not only been a colossal success, it seems like everybody and their mother is talking about how good the game is.
It is already up there.
It's up there, and it's spreading.
It is already up there.
So if Games Workshop wanted Warhammer to become more high profile, here you go.
Ooh, they've done it.
Here you go.
They've done it. But, like, people have been hankering after the Helldivers debacle.
And
they've been wanting
it's the same audience.
They've been yearning for the mines. They've been yearning for the mines.
They've been yearning for the mines. Or the Thunderhammers. They're yearning for the Warhammer.
They've been yearning for the hammers.
Anyways, so this is probably where we're going to transition to talking about plot-related spoilers. So all in all, game's good. Go get. If you want to wait for a sale, wait for a sale. But
Yeah,
at some point,
get.
It's going to get better with time. There's already a roadmap where they're planning on adding more content. All of the content that you can get in the game that is paid, you have to earn. You don't just get it immediately. There's a bunch of free stuff in the game that you can already get that it's a very player-friendly, consumer-friendly game where it's not microtransactioning you, it's not nickel and diming you. It has a season pass, so you know what you're getting. It's not loot boxes, it's everything else.
Yeah.
It's like if Space... It's kind of how...
Yeah.
The DLC model of Space Marine, it's the old style, where, like, if this game came out 10 years ago, it would be that way.
It's the old style, yeah.
No Battle Pass. There is no Battle Pass. There's no Battle Pass.
Bro,
nothing. It's just,
no Battle
you
Pass.
do the stuff, you earn
No
your
Battle
beats, and
Pass!
You pay your coins, and then you get your colors and your freaking heraldry and everything else. It is, be still my heart, game actually knows how to game, EA.
Be still my heart. They know how to game. And also... next season, this season is Ultramarines. Next season, Dark Angels.
Dark Angels.
Oh boy. I can't wait.
I can't wait. Oh, that's probably when they're gonna release. That's probably when they're gonna release the chaplain.
Maybe we'll see.
Maybe.
Although it will likely take a bit of time for them to do that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They say they want to add classes, but they say it will probably take a little while to do it. But anyway, once again, transitioning, we are going into spoiler zone. Once again,
if you don't want to be spoiled, leave. Get out.
Get out.
Leave.
Get out.
Hi. So during the next section, I'll talk about how Kairos Fate Weaver is... God, I don't even know how to speak. I'm going to make the mistake of calling a Lord of Change Kairos Fate Weaver. It's not Kairos Fate Weaver, it's just a Lord of Change. I just had a bit of a goof, so when I say Kairos Fate Weaver, I mean Lord of Change, so... Yeah, thanks. Bye-bye!
Okay, now they're gone.
Okay, anyway, yeah, okay.
So the story starts off with Kill Team... I forget its name. Kill Team Deathman. Super anti-Tyranid extraordinaire. They're going to a planet... I forget the name of the planet off the top of my head since, to be honest, I finished the campaign at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, the planet doesn't matter.
The planet doesn't matter. The thing...
Tyranids, their Death Watch, here, Hotel, Trivago.
Like, just Tyranids, their Death Watch deployed, and also, once again, Death Watch Captain Titus.
You play as Titus initially, his entire Death Watch kill team gets wiped out. There's this really cool cinematic where they're, like, flying in, and it looks like Astartes, honestly.
Oh, it looks like Astartes.
It looks like Astartes. If someone sent this to me like 6 months ago and said, "Hey, this is the leaked version of Astartes 2," I would believe you. Honestly, it would not surprise me if the Astartes guy had a hand in some of the animation work for this game.
Yeah, all the cutscenes looks like Astartes.
All the cutscenes look like Astartes. Yeah.
It is that good. It is so good.
And their ship, literally the side of their dropship, the doors get ripped off by flying swarms of Tyranids, and Titus like falls through the air, and he's fighting Tyranids on the way down, and he ends up landing, and he finds out the rest of his Death Watch kill team is dead, and he has to plant an Exterminatus bomb, but he ends up getting killed.
Yep, the virus bomb. Well, he gets shanked by a Carnifex, but right before the Carnifex is about to chomp him,
Ultramarines.
The Ultramarines are here,
and now Titus is an Ultramarine, which, if you guys read that one White Dwarf issue that detailed what Titus was doing in between Space Marine and Space Marine 2, the last parts of that article are this mission. It details that. It details the ending part where he's part of a Death Watch kill team, he ends up getting found, and then now he's a Primaris because that's the last thing that kept him alive.
Yeah, he had to go through the Rubicon in order to live.
And basically, this chaplain man, ends up telling him, "Listen, the Inquisition found no fault with you. Calgar said, that's Titus? Okay, get him and make him a Primaris and do stuff now." And Titus is like, "Oh, where's Calgar?" And he's like, Calgar's gone fishing. You're stuck with me now. Also, go report to Captain Acheran of the Second Company.
Also, you're a nerd.
Also, you're a nerd.
You're a nerd, and I'm watching you.
Your reward is eternal service, blah, blah, blah.
Nerd, I bet you were chaos corrupted. Nerd.
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing.
Let me just say this. The chaplain is exactly who you think it is. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
He ends up making his way over to the captain of the Second Company, Captain Acheran, who I've only seen in books. It's kind of cool to see him, and he is also Scottish, which I like the accent.
He is, well, he's either Scottish or Irish.
Yeah, one of the two.
And he is a very thick accent.
Very thick accent, and literally, the first time he sees him, he's like, "Oh, you're here," because Titus, keep in mind, at the end of the last game,
brother,
what's that? Why are you here?
What's that? You're not a captain anymore. Get out!
You're not a captain of the Second Company. And he's like, "Listen, you're no longer a captain. Are you cool with that?" And Titus is like, "Yeah." And then he's like, "All right, so you're a lieutenant. I'm gonna have you take over the command of this person's squad. Here, take Sergeant Man 1 and other guy 2. I'm actually gonna look up their names. Hold on, I forget.
I love the sergeant's reaction, and he's like, "Huh?"
Yeah.
just huh?
A Brother Sergeant Gadriel and Brother Chiron.
Yeah.
They don't know what happened with Titus, only that he was a guy who was in the Ultramarines, who was in the Death Watch for a while, and now he's come back. the status that he had as a Black Shield was redacted from the records because, according to the chaplain, there would be questions. So now, essentially, most of the plot is a mixture of trying to stop Tyranids and then the Thousand Sons, but also Titus kind of earning his way back into the Ultramarines.
Yeah, he's basically earning his way back, which...
He does.
Yeah, well, clearly, but also, kind of BS he needs to earn his way back because bro did nothing wrong.
Bro did nothing wrong, but keep in mind, Ultramarine culture, it's the Imperium. Which I actually really like that in this game, the Space Marines... They don't act like the traditional Primaris Marines. They're just Space Marines as we knew them. Just with new armor and stuff. Which, I like that change.
I mean, we focused mostly on, like, Space Marines that weren't Primaris before.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that a bunch of the Primaris are still a bit nicer.
Well, some of them are a bit nicer, but by this point, the Indomitus Crusade is well underway, and... culturally, at least, they're acclimating to that sort of environment.
This is the 4th Tyrannic War at this rate.
Yeah, the Plague Wars are already done and gone, and everything else. So
I love like the sergeant like asking, like looking at Titus and the Thunderhawk and be like, "So, you were in the Death Watch?
That must be pretty cool.
That must have been a great honor." And Titus just goes,
"Yeah." Then. When they end up going to the planet of Kadaku, who I think is that the planet? Yeah, that's the planet they initially got sent to fight against. So when Titus died, so he died, then he had to go back to the same planet to assist some Imperial Guard people, and he has to save an Archmagos and has to retake some of the orbital guns to destroy one of the Hive ships, and then he has to order this Archmagos off-world, but he's like, no, we have to continue this project called Project Aurora, which I'm going to say, Mechanicus, my beloved, the Mechanicus act exactly how you think they do.
The Mechanicus, my beloved.
And Project Aurora is, remember in Space Marine 1, that really funny power source that was like the plot MacGuffin of the entire game? They did a Wayland-Yutani. They tried again.
The Mechanicus just went, well, what if we tried it again?
Better this time. Well, it doesn't work.
What if I did it again?
Wanna see me do it again? Yeah, basically. That's what happens. And then...
Wanna see me do it again?
After... Well, here's the thing, is that they rescue Nozick, the Archmagos. They put
him in a Thunderhawk, they ship him off, and then the Thunderhawk immediately crashes.
Because chaos.
Lol them out, chaos is here. And there's Thousand Sun symbols.
Yep. Except they don't know it's Thousand Sun symbols, but we do.
Also, they left the artifacts.
They left the artifact because, I don't know.
I guess to screw with them.
I guess. All the important data related to Project Aurora was transferred off-world successfully, because that was the reason why the Mechanics guy wouldn't leave in the first place, but...
Yeah?
I don't know. And then Titus is like, hey, Akaran, Nozick's dead because of chaos. And then Akaran's like, oh, are you sure? And he's like, oh, yeah, real cool. And then he's like, so you come back immediately, and then there's already chaos shit, and this is what you were accused of last time. He's like, it's not what it looks like. And Akaran's like, okay.
The chaplain just walks in and is like, chaos?
Basically. They end up going to a hive world of Avarax and try to receive Nozick's apprentice, who is a guy named Luz.
I hate Luz. I like Nozick better. Unfortunately, Nozick is quite dead.
Yeah. Basically, what ended up happening is like, hey, we need you to do this and that or whatever and try to, like, figure this out. Because...
Yeah, Luz figures out that, oh, you're Captain Titus? And then immediately starts fanboying.
There's a Demetrian Titus who was last seen at the Battle of Graia. Wow, that's really cool. Are you the same guy? Yes. I'm the same dude. Come on now. And then...
this is strange!
Titus decides to invade, a computer system. The Cogitator that is in this giant machine at this giant facility that is related to Project Aurora, and then he finds out that...
Well, they had to find where Luz was.
They have to find out where Luz is, and then they go to this facility, and then he goes through this computer, and then he's like, oh, so it's related to the power source.
It's the MacGuffin again!
It's the MacGuffin.
They did it again!
Bolt Gun had, Malum Kaido retrieve it, because that was the plot of that game, which, honestly, the fact that... I know that Bolt Gun was already canon, But the fact that that actually happened,
Malum
that makes Malum Cato the most dangerous space marine that's ever lived.
Malum Kaido just like busting into the room at Mach speed.
It's like the Russian Putin meme.
Wide Kaido.
Titus was like, "Hey, Acheran, this is stupid. The power source didn't work last time. Chaos shit happened. Maybe we should, like, break it." And then Acheran was like, "Lol, you're cringe. Can you go to Avarax again, please?" And then they go back to Avarax, and they're ambushed by forces of the 1,000 Suns, who are currently trying to kill Luz, because after, they put him up in the facility, they have to go back to, defend him.
Yeah.
And then Luz, somehow, was like, "Oh, hey, did you guys know that Titus was once the captain of the second company and was thought dead after being destroying the dead at Graia, and he just disappeared?"
The nerd emoji.
Lol. And then Gadriel's like, I'm already resentful and suspicious of you because you already took my stuff. I'm now going to be mad. And then,
You took my spot.
Chiron is like, "Nah, we chill. Like, we good." Chiron's a bro, alright? He's like, "I don't give a shit. Who cares?"
Chiron, my beloved.
He's fine. And then,
He's like, look at him. Does he look chaos corrupted?
essentially, Titus is like, after they end up rescuing Luz and bringing him back to the ship, they're like, "Hey, I think maybe we should tell Chapter Master Calgar what the heck is going on." And Acheran is like, "No, the phone lines are down. We have to go to clear them out. You have to kill all the Tyranids again. You have to kill the Hive Tyrant that's in there."
Phone line is down, and if you want to go down, you have to kill the Tyranid Hive Tyrant. You have to kill the Hive Tyrant, and also you have to bring back the Bucks. And I can't spare anybody. I don't want. I can't spare anybody.
Yeah, Acheran's being very much so a tight ass this entire campaign. Like, it's in a way that, like, it's, to be fair, it's delivered well, it's enjoyable, it's engaging, but still, he's like the nerd emoji.
Nerd emoji Marines.
And they end up making their way to the Astropathic Relay. They eliminate the Hive Tyrant, which is a great boss fight, by the way. This game has wonderful boss fights. Yeah, genuinely. And
Absolutely one. It's literally Dark Souls, but Space Marine.
And the Hive Tyrant gets eliminated. They end up getting the Astropathic Relay. And they clear up the Vox stuff. The message gets sent. And then, during this scuffle,
They also clear up the Vox.
Chiron, being a bro, suspects some weird shit and decides to shoot the Astropath. Because the Astropath is doing
possessed.
weird shit.
Yeah.
And then the Astropath explodes. And then no one ever expects the Egyptian Inquisition, aka 1,000 Suns sorcerer man, who pops up, who's named Emura, who is, he has bird hands, and he has, like, a, I don't know how else to put this.
He has bird hands.
Yeah. He has a shaved head. He literally looks like a Mad Max character.
Gross blue cancer.
Yeah. And then, they get back to the ship, and then they say, and Titus says, "Hey, Acheran, I was right. Chaos is cringe, and 1,000 Suns are here." And then, Acheran's like, "Oh, shit."
Yeah, bro is definitely a Zinj follower. I bet Zinj was like, "Lol, Lamal, look at your face now."
Well, that's later. And then Acheran is like, "Hey, we need to go to the planet Demirium, and that Project Aurora is there, and that we sent Luz over there to, like, work on it because we thought it was safer, but I guess it's not now." So then
damn. Cringe. And also the chapter master just keeps showing up and be like, "Chaos."
Yeah, the greatest failure of this is the fact that the second company, Captain Acheran, keeps sending Luz without no defenses to random places to work on stuff, and then keeps getting attacked. If you just kept him on the damn ship, it would be fine.
Well, like, he keeps talking to Titus and going like, "I bet your cat's correct.
I mean, I
bet you're a nerd.
I know you're stretched thin, but for God's sakes, you have your own honor guard, bud. They're not doing anything. I see them in the corner. They're standing over there. Have one of them accompany them. Something else. I don't know. Do something, my dude. It's not hard." So then the Ultramarines, in basically almost full force, assault Demirium and then drive off the 1,000 Suns. But Titus then is like, "Oh, hey, Gadriel, I know you don't like me, and you almost tried to kill me in the Apothecarian room. Not the Astropathy room, not the Apothecarian room, but we're cool now, and I apologize for not having the emotional intelligence to, explain myself versus being a goober, I guess, sometimes." And then him and and then friendship with Titus and Gadriel is mended. So then, after that, they realize that Demirium is a Necron tomb world. Yeah. Which hopes when they add more operations missions, we can get some Necron action. I want Necrons, please. I want to fight Necrons, please. They're my favorite Xenos faction, please.
They're absolutely adding more DLC operations.
So then, they find Luz, and the tech priest says, "Oh well, here's the real thing why Project Aurora is there. We're gonna combine Necron and mechanistic technology, and we're use the power source to power it, and then it will Project Aurora will allow them to stop those touched by chaos, kind of like a Necron pylon thing, and try to stop the Great Rift, which is the reason why Acheron says, you do realize this program was ordained by Gilliman himself, right? Like, it's a pylon program. Because just because Belisarius Call isn't here doesn't mean the Mechanicus still aren't messing with Necron stuff.
When the Mechanicus touches things that they don't normally touch.
But then, in the middle of this exposition, Ymir arrives, and, Luz turns on the weapon, and then is banished for, like, a second, and then he actually realizes that he's actually tricking them because, Tzeentch. And then he kills Luz, and then steals the power source, and then...
Man, who could have guessed? Who could have guessed? The Chaos Artifact was, in fact, Chaos Artifact.
But then they keep fighting on the planet, go to a Necron obelisk, powered by the power source. But also there's a warp rift on the planet now, that's about the size of, like, a small starship, I guess, and they're just like, this is bad, because then you're starting to get, Zangors.
So many Zangors.
And in classic, Combat Patrol Thousand Suns fashion, there are more Zangors than there are Rubric Marines.
Combat Patrol Zangors.
Combat Patrol Zangors. So they end up having to try to close this warp rift, and they're fighting their way there, and they essentially have this last stand, and you have this cool gameplay segment where you're standing there with the company standard. You see this in the trailers, and he's like shooting dudes with a bolt pistol. And then, suddenly Marneus Calgar comes into the middle of the area, blasting AC/DC, and blasts everyone with the gauntlets of Ultramar and the Victrix Guard and all this cool stuff, and he's like, what's up? I got your phone call. I got your FaceTime call. What's the deal?
I cast fist!
I cast fist. But it's not over yet.
I cast fist!
Because they shut down the obelisks, and then use the other ones to close the warp rift, because literally what they do is they, like, use this thing to, like, turn it upside down, and it goes from, like, purple to, like, green, because green is Necron. It closes the warp rift, partially. Also, while there was here, there's just Kairos Fateweaver. That's just him. Hi.
There he is.
Here.
Hi.
It's not really given much fanfare.
Hi,
he
buddy.
just kind of steps out, and he's like, what's up? I'm this giant bird demon, and
What's
I'm
up,
here.
bro?
But after that, they end up closing the main rift. But Ymira has one last Tzeentchian trick up his sleeve, because he decides to trick Calgar into a trap by having the Chapter Master follow him into a warp portal, and then then Titus and the rest of his friends go to inside of the warp rift and then fight Ymira, and again, Kairos Fateweaver.
Gotta save Calgar! Save Calgar!
Save Calgar! Because you have to do this a bunch of times, and then they end up... This campaign, while fun, the plot is a little bit wonky. It's...
The plot is pretty much Lol Lamau power source again.
Yeah, it's pretty much Lol Lamau power source again. Also, here's Giant Bird Demon.
I mean, it's just Space Marine. It's just more Space Marine, which I'll take. I love it.
Yeah, and then they end up fighting Ymira and the Lord of Change, and then they go... And then Titus takes the power source and destroys it, and then that causes Ymira to disintegrate into dust. Ha.
Just, like, what? He got...
And then he wakes up, and then he's surrounded by all of his Ultramarine buddies, and then...
Wait, I just realized. It's the Ash Baby, it's the Flashlight Ash Baby meme.
Yeah. Basically. But then, they're just like, oh, well, we're gonna give you the laurels of, something. It's like the little, like, golden wreath stuff on, like, the Ultramarine helmet. That's, like, a sign of, like, honor. Titus gets that. And,
it's like, we're sorry for exiling you for 100 years.
Except for the fact that Calgar is the one bro who was like, yeah, dude, I never believed this at all, and I don't understand why the hell this happened in the first place. Also, I need you to do a mission, so you're going to be away from the second company for a while. But the chaplain's coming too, and he actually recommended you to do this. Why don't you go over there and talk to him? The chaplain's Leandros.
Don't talk to him.
It's just Leandros.
Man, who could have seen this coming?
Who could have seen this coming? Yeah.
Man, the guy that's been calling Titus a nerd for like the past 20 hours.
Yeah, the campaign's about 10 to 12 hours. It is really, really good. It's a very similar simple Warhammer story. It's go here, fight this, go here, fight that. It's a very simple format, but it doesn't need to be anything more. I mean, Space Marine 1 has a more complex plot, to be honest, but this game is fun, at least all the while. Also, Calgar showing up, I was not expecting. That was really, really cool.
I still like the Leandros bit of just, I'm worried about you, brother. I'm worried that your chaos corrupted. Nerd. Cringe.
Nerd. Cringe. So, yeah, now we're gonna get a new, an entirely new wave of Leandros memes.
We're getting an entirely new wave.
He looks exactly the same, except now he has, slight 5 o'clock shadow.
We come full circle. He's went into the book. He's further into the book
now. But the interesting thing is that with that secret level Amazon show, that episode that was supposed to be about Space Marine 2 takes place after this game's campaign. So we will be seeing what he's up to, because it's some kind of secret mission. We don't know what it is. So we're probably...
It might link to more DLC,
story DLC, whatever. Honestly, given how much of a success this game was, it would not surprise me if we do end up getting a Space Marine 3. Which...
It is so good.
I hope happens. Because...
Anyways,
good game.
All in all,
go play.
Good game.
Good game.
Great game.
Love game.
Love game.
Game of the year
my
for
game
me
of
too.
the year.
But yeah, no.
Go play
is,
game.
The Space Marine 2 is my game of the year. Go play it. Go play it. Go play it. Go get it.
Go
get it.
Go play
leave.
game right now.
Get out. Go home.
Get out.
The movie's over.
Get out.
All right. Thank you all very much for watching.
Okay.
I hope you enjoyed our incessant Space Marine Titus fueled rambling. Space Marines.
Me when I ramble about funny Space Marine dose game.
Have a wonderful day.
Space Marine. Anyway, goodbye. Have a wonderful day.
No, we won't.
Wonderful night. I'll be under your bed. Don't worry.
I'll be in your dishwasher. I'm a shark. Blub blub. Alright, get out. Bye-bye.
Everybody, get out.